Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Happy Cat Crypto here. So I want to dive into really an update surrounding the Binance Hot Wallet. I want to talk a little bit about the burning, and I also want to talk about the podcast episode we're having next Wednesday on the channel. It's going to be a live stream episode for the podcast. It's going to be the third one. So far I've confirmed Vegas, Ed, possibly Zardar. I'm going to try and get a few other members from Terra Rebels to come on board to do a community kind of AMA. You folks can ask questions and they will give you some answers. So moving over to, you guessed it, the Hot Wallet. Now, as you all know, the Hot Wallet made a significant move, which I always said this wallet would make strange moves, significant moves, and it would kind of turn heads. And it really did, moving everything out of the wallet to a wallet that's not included in the whitelisted tax wallets. Now, why did it get moved there? Well, possibly if it stayed there, it was because they were trying to avoid the tax. But considering it's now moved back, my kind of theory I have now is that it was a test. They took all of that out, left a small amount in this wallet to run possibly the burn test. And we saw a direct burn come from the Hot Wallet itself direct to the dead wallet. And we don't see these very often. And it did have a memo attached. And I've run the memo itself through all kinds of different, cryptic programs. And there's a kind of language that really intelligent people use, like Elon Musk, and sometimes these kind of people put things up like that. But the fact CZ also put out, I think today he put out, I hope you didn't panic sell or something like that. So what do we think? Well, what do I think? I believe they performed a burn test on obviously withdrawals and deposits. Now, are they going to implement it correctly? Possibly. And we know from what Vegas told us in his podcast episode that came out yesterday morning is that they said they need to collect data and they need to make sure it's not going to be unprofitable for them. This all needs to be a profitable case for them. And that's just the way it's going to be. So now what I want to do is kind of just quickly move over and focus on the top burners. And you can see that MEXC are actually burning more coins. And this is due to their burn tax that they're doing. There's a lot of people contacting me saying it's not the correct amount that they're burning. I don't really have the time to chase MEXC on the money flow right now, but if they're doing something wrong, we will find it at some point and we will present it to you folks. But they are burning for now and it's really good. Lunc has performed their first burn from their node. I'm super stoked for next month when our node will start running. It will be there for you folks to be able to stake with. If you haven't delegated your coins yet, you'll be able to redelegate them if you wish to do that. And as you know, it's a non-profit node. It's fully community led. It's led by a steering group and governed by an internal governance system with parameter changes and everything accordingly to help govern the node correctly and allow the community full control over this. I don't even get to vote. So it just goes to show how much I actually handed this over to the community itself. We are developing a website, which will be the website for the actual node itself. Now, as you can see on the dashboard, and I'll keep just kind of dropping this into each video, we have added the LUNACLASSIC basics playlist. Everything that you need to know is on there. Now, folks, there's a lot of scammers still going around telling people that this is the burn address, that's the burn address, and there's slight digits that have been changed on it. I don't know how they create these addresses like that, but somehow they do, and they trick people into sending it to a different wallet. If you ever need the burn address, head to LUNCPenguin's. The official address is posted straight on the dashboard where all of the other important information is. 47 days and counting, folks. We are on epoch 92. Next epoch's in 61k blocks. Block heights, as you can see, we're looking at 5.98 seconds per block. Yes, that's right. We can even determine the block speed for you. And you've got blocks tax until active, blocks until new validators, and blocks until tax is prepared. Now, everything's going great. There's a lot of people saying it's going to kill the volume, it's going to kill the blockchain. And I hate to say this, but Orbital Command are really going haywire at the moment And it's kind of sad because I've always been on the understanding, right, that both blockchains exist. We both exist. They exist, we exist. It's as simple as that. We run on the same technology. The systems are pretty much identical. There's just a few changes and different names on the coin, so to speak. It's not fair, okay, Orbital Command, if you're listening to this, to go around doing what you're doing. We have supported you here at HCC, and we've supported Luna as well. I've always said to people that both blockchains exist, and I believe the solution to the repeg of USTC is going to be maintaining the peg. How are we going to maintain the peg? Well, possibly we could do it with both LUNACLASSIC and Luna, giving twice the amount of security this time to a coin and having it all perform the same mint to burn process once we get the total supply at least down to 500 billion at least before we turn on the mint to burn, because depending on how the mint to burns are activated, from what I've been made aware of, it never ever removes any coins from circulation because it mints vice versa. It's weird. So if you minted one Luna, you would also burn one USTC, and if you minted one USTC, you would burn one Luna to do it, meaning that one dropped from each, or one went up on one side, the other went down on the other side, so it counterbalances itself every time, if that makes sense. If it doesn't, I'm going to make a video exactly on the mint to burn process and exactly how it used to work. Now, like I said, repegging it is not so much the issue. The issue is currently, in my opinion, A, maintaining the peg, and B, the distribution of the coins. Now, you can't just say and put a proposal up to propose that we liquidate everybody's USTC into LUNACLASSIC coins and we get all the USTC back. At that point, we're not decentralized. It's pretty much a dictatorship, in my opinion. So, if anything, there needs to be USTC minted. You know, Lunc's already taken the hit. They already tried that. And we took a big hit from that as a community, and I'm seeing all sorts of people at the moment kind of saying, you know, the majority of the communities here is just for the burns and the gains, and, you know, I just don't believe that. I believe that my community, our community that we've built, is here to support the blockchain. We're here to ensure the future of the blockchain. We're not interested in saying, you know, he said, she said, or we did it first, they did it first, I was here first, I'm the king, and all this kind of stuff. We're just here to help you folks. I don't care about like the amount of messages I get from people, oh, you know, you should do this, you'll gain more followers. I'm not interested in gaining more followers. I'm interested in educating the people we have coming on board and currently have on board. If we educate people and make them understand the technology and why it's so great, you inspire people. And when people get inspired, they get creative. When someone gets creative, they think outside of the box. You break the cycle. You create a different kind of movement. And maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just the way I am. But this is what I'm here for. I'm here to support the community, stand with the community, and act as best as with the community as I can. And like I said, educating people is my key objective. Not FOMOing people in, not clickbaiting people. And, you know, it's so easy for me to do clickbait if I really wanted to, but I've got something in my eye. Sorry if I'm making a load of racket. But yeah, you know, I could easily do all these things and people saying to me, you should create a coin and all this. And I could quite have easily done all of this, but I didn't. I didn't want to do this. I wanted to provide a utility, and the proof of stake system in itself is an absolutely huge utility. Now, Ethereum itself is changing over to proof of stake. So if Ethereum's doing it and we're already a proof of stake blockchain, it just goes to show, doesn't it? If we went from 251 all the way to where we are now at 29, yeah, we're a layer 1 coin, and I can't explain this to enough people. We have so many projects built on our ecosystem. Go to swap, select coin, and just look at all the coins and tokens in our ecosystem. There is so many because these are derivatives, so to speak, of the blockchain's technology. They're built on the blockchain. So Folks, I really hope you got some good educational stuff from this. I really hope you have a nice Saturday wherever you are. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. Tap a like, tap the notifications bell to be informed. Beware of scammers, doppelgangers, anybody pretending to be me or the Happy Catty Crypto channel, anybody DMing, anything like that. Head over to my Twitter, grab the Telegram group, join, at me, and I will appear to help you out. Folks, it's not financial advice. Catch you in the next one.